Now, in the last video we talked about why you shouldn't get a 4.0 GPA. But in this video we're talking about how to get over a 3.0 GPA or how to raise your GPA after a bad semester.
Add it up.
Hello there, welcome to the College Route. If you're new here, my name is Sharif and I'm a software engineering student. On this channel we learn new strategies and tactics and tools to make our college life healthier, happier and more productive. Today we're talking about how I raised my GPA after a bad first semester. I talked about this briefly in another video, but I just talked about that I raised it. But in this video I'm giving you exactly what plan I followed after getting it was an okay GPA. It was 2.9. It's not the best, not the worst. However, I think this plan will work even if your GPA is at 2.0 or even lower. You'll still have the chance to bring your GPA back up. However, the lower it is, the harder it's going to be to get it over a 3.5, for example. You can still easily even bring it back up to 3.0 or over in 4 years of bachelor's degree. So not take an extra year for your GPA to come back up. So what happened? It wasn't all luck. There was a plan. First plan and first tip is don't stress. Think about the problem practically. What could you do in the future? Don't keep thinking about the past. Like, analyze the past unemotionally. What went wrong? Did you do something wrong, or were there the circumstances that didn't allow you to get that GPA? Maybe it's out of your control. Don't compare yourself to other people. Different people have different situations, so it might be easier for someone to get over a certain GPA than your situation, and in other situations it's harder. So after not stressing and analyzing what happened unemotionally, what went wrong, are there things that you could have changed, or is it all not you? Were there circumstances that are out of your control, or are there things that you could have done differently? The things that are out of your control are out of your control, so there is no point stressing about them. It's easier said than done, but at least try. The second thing I did after analyzing is making a consistent plan throughout the semester instead of cramming everything before the exam. College is very different from school in the sense that you have a lot of free time at the beginning, the first few weeks, and then boom, you have a dozen assignments due tomorrow, and you're having 2 midterms the next day, and they're all crammed together, and you enter this speed run through these assignments, exams, etc, etc, etc. And sometimes they collide with each other. You have 2 things in the same day, and then you're not in a good situation, let's put it that way. So my plan was to spread out my studying throughout the semester kind of evenly, not really, like I still study more towards the exams, but at least I revise at the beginning. And with online school we already have a lot of quizzes anyway, so you still have to study. So study for those quizzes if you have them. If you don't, then just study by yourself. The third tactic was understanding the professor's questions from the first few quizzes. In college, the questions are very different. In school they were kind of similar, to be honest, because it's the same system. But in college it really depends on your professor. For me, I found that you can understand the professor's questions style from the first few quizzes. So it's really beneficial to understand their style so that when you're revising, you know kind of what they're going to ask for. So what I'm saying is try to game the system, get that grade efficiently. And that's why I don't like school. This is a part why I don't like scores. But it's here. You have to take advantage of it. Unfortunately, it's not about learning, it's not about learning, let's be real. It's about knowing how to game that exam. And with classes that I'm interested in, I'm going to learn either way, much more than what we are asked for in class. Now, the fourth thing I did in the second semester is I contested a score that I thought I didn't deserve. In the first semester, in a communication skills class, I got, I believe, a C. That was a shock for me because I got really high grades in all the quizzes, the midterm, etc. So how does it go to C? That means I got a 0 in the final? Well, in the final, you can't get a 0 unless you plagiarize something, and I was pretty sure that everything was correct, and it was to do with citations, etc., etc., and I made sure it was correct, like 10 times. In the second semester, we had this similar class, number 2, same thing, but the second time I contested it. I didn't know that it would change in the first semester. Unfortunately, I learned a lesson the hard way. The second semester, I contested the course or the score again. I got the same thing again, so it can't be like, it was illogical. I contested it and they changed it back up to I'm not sure, A- or B+. It's just crazy, mental. I'm not gonna go into why because I might get into trouble, legal trouble. So I don't want to go into why I think that happened. Things are getting spicy in here. But if you get a score that you believe is not yours, or you believe you've done better, feel free to contest it. I really hope I knew this in the first semester, because now if I want to change that score, I would have to take that course again. Probably not gonna do it because I really don't care that much about a grade in a communication skills class. Clearly I have good communication skills. Hello, how are you? Are you good? I'll see you tomorrow. See, I have good communication skills, so how do I get C? And that was pretty much it for me. I think it's different for everyone. I've seen some students that don't really read the syllabus, and that makes them confused throughout the semester, and that does affect their scores. So that might be something to look out for. So read the syllabus, read like what's the percentage for a project or the quizzes or the midterm. It's really important to understand those, to understand what you're studying, what you're taking. Sometimes you can learn those things from YouTube or from a course, something like that. So essentially, don't stress, analyze what went wrong, what you can do differently, and plan what to do in the next semester. Like, apply what you learned, don't just analyze it, because analyzing something without acting on it is kind of pointless. So that was how I raised my GPA from a 2.9 to a 3.5 right now, and I'll see you soon. Bye.